Good evening, guys. I do apologise for the delay. I had a bit of technical difficulty. That's a good start. I had some technical difficulties with YouTube. I was trying to use the streaming part of the live service and not the kind of just webcam bit. So yeah, apologies about that. Hopefully the audio is okay. I haven't got a clip-on microphone on, so I'm relying on the microphone in my laptop. So hopefully you can hear me. So yeah, fire your questions away. I do anticipate there will be some latecomers because the Tottenham Chelsea match is still playing. In fact, I've got it on in the background. In case you want to watch match of the day, I won't tell you what the score is, but it has been quite a juicy game.
Sorry, I'm getting kisses from the cat.
Right, so yes, crack open a beer. It's Christmas after all. Hopefully you like my Christmas jumper. There we go. Actually supplied through my work, so that's pretty cool. So whenever I do my Christmas Q&As, I do try to wear a Christmas jumper of some sort. So I thought I'd represent Cedar Garage for this year's one. Big up to Cedar Garage. Right. Lovely. So yeah. Just waiting for any questions to come in. So I got one of the cats trying to get up on the table. She's been sat on the arm of the sofa all afternoon, just sleeping. And the minute I go to do something, she wants to be all over the laptop.
Because she wants to be in the video.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said a few months ago, there will probably be a few latecomers because of the Tottenham Chelsea match. In hindsight, I probably should have started the Q&A at 6:30, but I didn't quite realise that Tottenham and Chelsea were playing today. How's the Civic doing? Yeah, it's doing really well. It needs a good clean. I know that much. I actually gave it a quick jet wash yesterday, and I knew the car was dirty, but literally I could see all the grime coming off. I thought, oh my God, I've left it too long to clean it because, yeah, it was rather filthy to say the least. But apart from that, the Civic is doing absolutely fine. I will be filming a video with it some point next week, obviously after Christmas, because I want to do an Ask Aaron video on it. If you don't know, if you haven't watched my more recent reviews, I do a segment called Ask Aaron, whereby I get to you guys to ask me questions about whichever car I'm testing. As it helps to get you guys involved, it helps to give better interaction. That's a good word. Interaction with the channel. So I thought I'd do a whole Ask Aaron video with Olaf, my Civic Type R. If you're wondering why he's called Olaf, that's a name chosen by a good friend of the channel, Pocket Rockets, and my wife, because after Olaf, the snowman out of Frozen. Have you still got the Audi A1? No, that went months ago. I reviewed that back in spring. So no, yeah, that went ages ago. I'm trying to think when I got the A1. Yeah, it was kind of springtime. Yeah, no, A1 is long gone, my friend, long gone. Right, got a message from South London. Aaron loved the vlog on the Mark V Blue Mondeo. The vlog on the my walk around. Blimey, that's an old video. That's a blast from the past. Yeah, that video did quite well actually, which I wasn't really expecting because let's face it, nowadays no one, dare I say, no one cares about the Mondeo. I don't know. It feels like the Mondeo has become a forgotten car. Where obviously in the 90s and the early noughties, it was very prominent. It even coined the phrase "Mondeo man." So yeah, it's a bit of a blast from the past. The questions are coming in quite thick and fast. Let's have a look. Got a message from Neville Bounds. It was great watching your review on the new Focus ST diesel. Thank you very much. I've had mine since July and really love it. That's really great to hear. Waiting for some of the aftermarket guys to offer a remap. Yeah, let's face it. Fast Fords are so tunable. I don't think it would take long for Mountune or a similar kind of company to come with some kind of remap for the brand new Mark IV Focus ST diesel. So yeah, I'm sure you won't be waiting too long. Message from Gavin. Hi Aaron, happy Xmas. Happy Xmas to you as well. Currently looking at either a Honda Civic 1.5 or a Kia Proceed. What's your thoughts on the Proceed? Would be the 1.4 petrol. To be honest, I've not driven the new Honda Civic 1.5. I was meant to review that one, but at the time Honda UK didn't have one available. Therefore, I ended up reviewing the. Oh God, what's wrong with that? I can't get my words out this evening. I'm really sorry. I ended up reviewing the brand new. Well, it's not brand new now, but the new Jazz. So I've not driven the 1.5 Civic. I have driven the 1.5 HRV, and I would say that is quite a strong engine. And the manual gearbox was lovely. Really kind of slick. Had quite a short mechanical change to it. It felt quite fabulous, to be honest. And the Proceed. So I had the Proceed GT. A good car. I would have preferred a manual, to be honest, but such is life. What would I have out of the two? It's difficult to say. Proceed, you'd have more space in there. I would argue it has a nicer interior, a better infotainment system as well, because any regular viewers of the channel will know my thoughts on Honda's infotainment system, the Honda Connect system. It's pretty woeful. Honda, they've done some simply brilliant engineering over the years. You get in one of the cars and you interact with the touchscreen, and it's complete, excuse my French, wank. It's just awful. Got a message from the missus. What are your top 3 cars tested this year and why? Tricky question. So I'd say top 3, in no specific order. The Audi S6 Avant, I had that a few weeks ago, and my walk around video is live for that car, but not the actual review itself. Yeah, I was kind of blown away by the S6 purely because when I had the Audi TTS, as I've said many times, it left me quite cold, quite numb, and I thought the S6 was going to have a similar kind of effect on me. But you know what? The S6 blew me away, and the way how it felt, it actually felt quite involving and engaging to drive, which I really wasn't expecting. And yet at the limit, it was quite frisky. A lot of people say, "Oh, big powerful Audis, they understeer." This one really didn't. And yeah, when you pushed it hard, it could be a handful, and I quite like that. Next car has to be the brand new Ford Focus ST, the petrol one, of course. That is a phenomenal car. Yes, it is a bit pricey for what it is, but you do get a lot as standard. It makes a great noise. The engine performs really well. It's got clever technology such as the eLSD and the anti-lag. So yeah, that is a car that I really enjoyed having. And the third car, no, I can't count the Civic Type R because we own it. I don't test it.
The FK8.
I reviewed that last year, so I can't count it this year, can I? Third car, that's really tricky. I've driven some great cars this year. Patsy, I think I'm going to need your help in this one. What other cars have I reviewed this year?
What, that are decent?
No, well, yeah, they have to be. Of course, they have to be decent. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in my top 3.
The Berlingo. No, I'm joking. Hang on, I'm just having a look. I'm refreshing my memory. Bear with me.
Yeah, I need to refresh my memory. So I may have to come back to you on that third car, darling.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, just waiting for any more questions to come in. Got 8 minutes of stoppage time. That's a lot. Mind you, VAR has been a very strong presence in this game. So not overly surprising. Any more questions, guys? Oh, here we go. One from Petrolhead TV. Favorite car ever driven and why? Also, we need to do something next year. Favorite car ever? Oh, no pressure. It's such a difficult question. It really is, because I've had the good fortune to drive so many fantastic cars. Okay, well, it says favorite car. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best or the fastest. Okay, in which case, you all right?
According to your Instagram, you had the FK8 in March this year.
Was it this year?
Yes.
Oh, in which case, yeah, that's my third car then. The FK8 Honda Civic Type R. I thought I had that last
I
year.
thought you were talking.
Favorite car ever driven. Okay, right. I think this may upset Patsy, because Patsy loves Olaf, our Civic Type R. But for me, the favorite car ever driven. Patsy's getting ready to throw a cushion at me. I wouldn't. I've got some beer here. You know, don't waste good beer. Favorite car ever driven is Monique, my Mark 1.
Divorce!
Monique, my Mark 1 Mazda MX-5.
Divorce, and I'm taking Olaf.
Fine, as long as you leave me with Monique, I'll be a happy man. So that may come as a surprise to you, because she isn't the most powerful car, nor the most valuable. But cars have got a funny way of sparking up certain feelings, certain connections. And, you know, all of the cars I've driven, no car has made me feel the way how my Mark 1 MX-5 does. I could be in the worst mood, but I'd have a drive in her, and literally the troubles just wash away. And to this day, she is the only car that I've driven that has actually made me cry tears of happiness. And that may sound incredibly soppy, but it's the God honest truth. So yeah, that is my favorite car. If I had to choose one car to have for the rest of my life, it would be my Mark 1 MX-5. Although it'd probably rust away before I'm 50, but never mind. Oh, Joe Achilles. Hello, Joe. Hello. It's been a long time since we've spoken. Good to hear from you. Merry Christmas to you. Sorry if I missed it. What's the most memorable, in brackets, driving experience of 2019? Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. What's your one?
Taking aside Olaf.
Yeah.
It's something we done quite recently, where we took the Ranger Raptor off-roading.
Yeah, that video hasn't gone live yet.
Can't pick that one though, so I picked it.
No, I wasn't going to pick that one. I would say, and this may come as a surprise to you. Actually, well, I've got two that popped into my head. Both of which aren't particularly exciting cars, but you know, you said most memorable. So the first one was all the way at the start of the year when I flew out. Nissan, you know, quite much to my surprise, invited me on an international launch. I was like, what is going on? So I got flown out to Lisbon in Portugal for the launch of the new Nissan Micra. I did say it wasn't particularly exciting, but it was memorable because the weather was absolutely atrocious. Literally, the rain was coming down in steroids. It's just really nasty. It's not the kind of weather you would associate with Portugal. I teamed up with Auto Bears, good friend of the channel. You know, I get on really well with Dave. Good banter, and yeah, I think what made it so memorable was the weather, and also being shouted at by a Portuguese policeman. That was quite entertaining because basically, in essence, I'd basically gone down a one-way street the wrong way, but the signs didn't really make it clear. And I loved the fact how he could tell we were English, and he didn't speak any English. He was, you know, Portuguese through and through. And because I couldn't, I said to him, I don't know what he's saying, mate. You know, I don't speak Portuguese. You know, I speak very small amounts of Spanish, but you know, Spanish and Portuguese, you would think they're quite a similar language, and they are in certain points, but they're also very different. But because I couldn't understand him, nor could Dave, obviously, this policeman's approach was to simply talk louder. I suppose that's payback for the amount of time, us Brits have gone abroad, and if we speak to someone foreign and they can't understand us, we just shout at them, "1 beer, please." So I suppose that's kind of payback. The other memorable trip again includes Auto Bears. So again, not a particularly exciting car, but I was invited to the New Forest with Suzuki to do a bit of off-roading in their Swift, believe it or not, because Suzuki make a Swift 4x4. And again, it was just really good banter, and it was a really cool launch because not only did we take the Swift 4x4 off-roading, so I suppose soft roading, I suppose, but Suzuki also took us on some boats because Suzuki make marine engines as well. Went out to the Isle of Wight, and it was just a really cool experience. So yeah, I know the two stories don't really include particularly exciting cars, but it was very memorable. So Dave, if you're watching this, thank you for being a part of that, because yeah, the banter we had was just spot on. It's really good. Right. Petrohead TV, no, the EP3 has to be better. Yeah,
yes, it is. Thank you. I agree.
Yeah, many would argue that EP3 is a better car, but he said favourite, not best. So there.
It should still be your favourite.
Another question from Arif Ramzan. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. What car has the best touchscreen in terms of ease of use, the look, features? I think for me, I'd say hands down it has to be Audi's MMI, because it's such a fantastic system. The display is it's pin sharp. The clarity is fantastic, and I quite like my techie stuff, even though technology has got a fantastic way of frustrating me, like it has done tonight when I was trying to set up this stream. But yeah, if